Hello friends, I hope you all are well. So in today's lecture, we will be completing the final part of our lecture, that is the interrelationship between different type of parameters. In today's lecture, that is the fourth part of the lecture of the topic, we will see how the transmission parameters or the ABCD parameters can be written in terms of other parameters. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So let's see the first part, that how we can write the ABCD parameters in terms of Z parameter. So this two equations A and B, this corresponds to how we can write the ABCD parameters, and equation 1 and 2 corresponds to how we can write the Z parameters. So now how we can write the ABCD parameters in terms of Z parameters? So we will utilizing these two first and second equation. So as you can see, notice here that on the left hand side we have V1 and V2, but in equation A and B we have V1 and I1. So we have to rewrite this equation in such a way that on the left hand side I should have V1 and I1. So what we can do here is, if I see equation number 1 here, then I have V1 on the right hand side, sorry, left hand side, and I have the equation, rest of the equation. But in second equation I have V2, not I1. So what can I do? I can rewrite this second equation in form of I1. So how you can do it? So first of all, what we can do here to rewrite the second equation in terms of I1, what I can do, I can take this term Z22 into I2 on the left hand side, then it will become V2 minus Z22 I2 equal to Z21 I1. Okay, then what will be the next step? Now the next step will be, if I want to write, I will divide this term by Z21, because I will take the denominator. So I1 will be equal to V2 by Z21 minus Z22 upon Z21 into I2. So this will be equation number 3. And when you compare it with equation number 3 and equation number B, V2, that CV2, C will be, then C will be 1 by Z21, and D will be minus of Z22 upon Z21. This is your C and D. This is how you write your C and D. Okay, because what is D? D, it should be, if I write in terms of this is minus I2. Then if I write this in like this, then it should be like this. Okay, I have taken minus inside, because if I want to compare it, here you can see that I2 is not plus I2, it's minus of D into minus of I2. So I have written like this. Now I have got two values, C and D. Now only two values are remaining, two unknowns, that is A and B. So how I can write? Listen, see, I have I1 in question 3, and in question 1 I have V1, I1 and I2, and in question A I have V1, V2 and I2. So what can I do? I can input the value of I1 from equation 3 in equation 1. Then I have V1 will be equal to Z11 into 1 by Z21 into V2 plus Z22 upon Z21 into minus of I2 plus of Z12 into I2. Okay, now let's simplify. So simplifying, multiplying multiplying with the first term, opening the first term, it will be Z11 into Z21 V2 plus Z11 into Z22 upon Z21 into minus of I2 plus Z12 into I2. Okay. Now I should take this minus here to simplify more. Okay. So what will do? I will take this minus outside, then it will be here minus. Okay. It will be I2. Okay. Here. Now taking Z21 as a LCM. So what will be Z11 upon Z21 into V2 minus of Z21 upon Z11 into Z22 plus Z21 to Z12 into I2. Now taking this minus again inside of minus I2, it will be plus, it will be minus of I2. Now this is equation number 4. So when I compare it, now comparing equation number 4 and equation number A, we get A is equal to Z11 to Z21 and B is equal to Z11 into Z22 plus Z21 into Z12 upon Z21. Okay. This is how you write the ABCD parameters in terms of Z parameters. So I hope you understand how you can write these the ABCD parameters. If you have a problem equivalent numerical, a circuit where you have given only the Z parameters and you are asked to calculate, to analyze how you can write the transmission or ABCD parameters. So this is how you can write the ABCD parameters. So let's move on to the second part, that is how you can write the ABCD parameters in terms of Y parameters. So now let us see how we can write the ABCD parameters in terms of Y parameters. So these two equations are considered as how you can write the Y parameters, and these two as usual how you can write the ABCD parameters. Now similarly, when we compare it like we have done previously, on the left hand side I have I1 and I2 and here I have V1 and I1. So in order to write in this form, in this equation, what we can do is we have to rearrange one of the two equations. Now which one of the equations we have to do is, when you compare this equations with this equation, you can see that when equation 1 and equation B are somewhat similar, because on the left hand side I have I1 here and I have I1 here. But when we compare equation 2 and equation A, you notice that we have only I2 here and V1 here. So we can get the idea that we can use this equation and write in this form. So what we can do here is, we can take this term here and divide by this term. So rewriting the equation 2, we can have V1 is equal to minus Y22 V2 plus I2 divided by Y21. Okay, I have skipped one step, but you can understand what I have done. So when I write in separate form, that is V1 will equal to minus Y22 upon Y21 into V2 plus of 1 by Y21 into I2. This is equation number 3. But when I compare it with equation number 3 and equation number A, you notice that with B it is multiplied by minus of I2, but here we have I plus in positive term. So what we can do, we can rewrite again this term, especially this term, V1 equal to minus of Y22 upon Y21 into V2 plus minus of Y21 into minus I2. This is equation number 4. Okay, what I have done, I have taken two minuses, because minus into minus it will again be plus. So when I compare it, A will be minus of Y22 upon Y21 and B will be minus of 1 by y21. This is how you write in terms of A and B. Now, I got the value of this. I got the value of this. I will put this equation number 4 in equation number 1. So, I1 will be equal to y11 into minus of y22 upon y21 into v2 plus 1 by minus of 1 by y21 into minus of I2 plus y12 into v2. Taking y11 inside, it will be I1 equal to minus of y11 into y22 upon y21 into v2 plus of minus of y11 upon y21 into minus of I2 plus of v1 y12 into v2. Now, taking y21 as LCM for first and third term, it will be I1 equal to minus of y11 into y22 plus of y21 into y12 upon y21 into v2 plus of minus y11 into y21 into minus of I2. This is equation number 5, and when you compare it with equation number B, you will get C equal to minus of y11 into y22 plus y21 into y12 upon y21, and D will be minus of y11 by y21. So this is how you write the ABCD parameters in terms of y parameter. So here you should you should remember few things, that the I2 is not in positive. You have to make it negative, then you can only write in this forms. Okay, not like the rest of the parameters where I2 is in positive, or other parameters like V1, V2, I1, I2 are positive. Here is only a single term is in negative. That's what makes it different from the rest of it. So you have to just keep in mind. So now let's move on to the last one, that is how we can write ABCD parameters in terms of hybrid parameters. So now let's see a final part, that how we can write the ABCD parameters in terms of H parameters or hybrid parameters. So equation 1 and equation 2 are how you can write the H parameters, and obviously A and B equations are represent how we can write ABCD parameters. So we will see those steps again, like we have seen previously. We will compare it first, this new equation with this equation, and here we see that V1 and I2 is on the left hand side, but here we have V1 and I. So can we rewrite this equation number 2 in terms of I1, and then we can compare it with equation number B. So what we can do here is, if I want to write in terms of I1, then I will take this term on that hand side and divide it by H21 when I am taking the denominator. So I1 will be equal to minus of H22 into V2 plus of I2 divided by H21. This is equation number 3, and when we simplify it, we will get, this is not equation number 3, sorry, then I1 will be equal to minus H22 upon H21 into V2 plus of 1 by H21 into I2. This is equation number 3. But again, this second term, when you compare, I compare it with equation B, then I have, here is minus of I2, but here I have positive I2. So in order to make negative I2, what I can do here, what we can do is equal to I1 equal to H22 minus of H22 upon H21 into V2 plus bracket minus of H21. Here I will make this term negative, and this term negative. Equation number 4. Because minus minus it will be positive. So when you compare it, value of C will be minus H22 by H21 and D will be minus of 1 by H21. Okay, these are two the values of C and D. Now I got equation number 4. Now putting the equation number 2, so equation number 4 in equation number 1, I will get V1 equal to H11 into minus of H22 upon H21 into V2 plus minus of H21 into minus I2 into okay plus H12 into V2. Now I will take H11 inside. It will be V1 equal to minus of H11 to H22 into H21 into V2 plus of minus H11 upon H21 into minus of I2 plus H12 into V2. Now taking the LCM, I will get V1 equal to minus of H11 into H22 plus of H21 into H12 upon H21 into V2 plus of minus H11 upon H21 into minus of I2. This is equation number 5. And when you compare it with A, we will get value of A equal to minus of H11 H22 plus H21 into H12 upon H21 and B will be minus of H11 by H21. So this is how you write the ABCD parameters in terms of hybrid parameters. So I hope you understood how you can write every parameters, whether it is Z parameters, Y parameters, hybrid parameters, ABCD parameters in terms of each other parameters. So, but one question still remains. Why? What is the significance of studying this topic, interrelationship between different parameters? Why we have to study? Because we have the parameters, but why we have to check? Because sometimes what happen is, because we have sometimes we are given a circuit where we have different parameters and asked we have to write in different parameters. Suppose I have a question where I have given Y parameters, but I have to write in terms of, I have to ask to write in terms of hybrid parameters. So how I can write? Because I at that time I won't know how to write it. So this thing helps us and helps an engineer, especially a designer engineer, to analyze, to design a complex circuit, especially two-port network, to write in terms of other parameters to analyze it. Okay, so this is a small significance that we can analyze it, such complex structures, such complex networks. So I hope you understood today's video. So this was the last part for this topic, that is interrelationship between different parameters. I hope you understood it. If you have any doubt or any suggestion, please write me in the comment section. And I request you all to please like this video, which give me motivation to make more videos early. And those who are new to my channel, those who are seeing me for the first time, I request you all to please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you won't miss any of the future lectures. So see you in the next video. Till then, thank you very much.